The man accused of a hit and run involving a teenager on an e-bike went before a judge and the victim's mother today in court. What we just learned about his previous record.
A man accused of running over a teen on an e-bike in San Marcos, then driving away, appeared in court for the first time today.
The crash left 16-year-old Jonathan Ramos in the hospital with critical injuries. CBS8's Jenny Day talked with the boy's mother, who's calling for justice in the crash that nearly took her son's life.
Yeah, his mom tells me he was just 1 minute away from home. Now her 16-year-old boy remains in critical condition. It was just over a week ago now that he was struck by an alleged hit-and-run driver who we just learned does have a previous conviction involving drinking and driving.
He loves playing basketball, hiking, being out and about with his friends.
16-year-old Jonathan Ramos, the once full of life, straight-A San Marcos student, now clinging to life in the intensive care unit at Palomar Hospital. His mom gave us these photos saying she wants justice for her boy.
He's just a joy to have around. He's a very respectful young man.
She says he was coming home from her friends last Tuesday around 9 o'clock at night when she got a call saying her son was bleeding and unresponsive in the middle of the road right near the intersection of West Mission Road and Knoll Road in San Marcos.
He was literally a minute away from where we live.
Prosecutors say 23-year-old Alan Reyes was behind the wheel and took off.
He didn't bother to check if the victim was alive. He didn't even call 911. He just went home.
There was a lot of support for the defendant in court, his family telling me he would never hurt a fly. But we learned he does have a previous wet reckless conviction from just 2 years ago. That means he was driving with alcohol in his system, but was under the legal limit. Prosecutors say this time he was going double the speed limit.
Trying to beat the yellow light and going approximately 80 miles per hour. The speed limit on that road, Your Honor, is 45 miles per hour.
Crime Stoppers had been offering a $1,000 reward for information leading to an arrest. 2 days later, sheriff's deputies tell us an anonymous tip led them to the truck. A white GMC Sierra, believed to be involved in the crash, had visible damage that matched debris left behind at the scene. Deputies say there were clear attempts to cover it up. Reyes ultimately then turned himself in and has pleaded not guilty.
Why didn't you stop? Imagine if it would have been in a place where there was no people around, no witnesses. You were going to leave my child to die.
Ramos has a punctured lung, damage to his spleen, kidney and liver, 3 broken ribs, a knee and ankle injury, concussion, and cuts that cover his body. He was not wearing a helmet, so his mom says his recovery is remarkable.
Yesterday, he was actually following commands already. They were like, wiggle your toes. He was doing that. Give us thumbs up. And then they were like, oh, your mom is here. And he actually opened his eyes.
All good things. And as for Reyes, bail has been set at $100,000. Also, if you live or work in the San Marcos area, the Sheriff's Department is still asking you to come forward if you may have witnessed this crash or may have captured it on any kind of surveillance images. Also, kiddos, wear your helmet. Reporting from Vista, Jenny Day, CBS8.